seconds when that thing's green.
Okay.
So I'll just do like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then be like, hey everyone, welcome to my parents' basement. I've got my friend Chris Post here with me. How's everyone doing?
Hey,
I don't know why I'm talking like it's a fucking audience in front of me.
Just me, man.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I always come off this thing way too hot where I'm just like, hey guys, I'm super amped. Are you amped? Also, I put this game in, and I forgot about the dunk sequence where you just, it is so, if anyone has epilepsy, this is not going to be the funnest episode for
you. Yeah. Yeah,
I
I have not been in front of an 8-bit in, God, 15 years, and before that, probably, you know, at least another 10 before that, so, yeah, I don't know. Has anyone ever had, like, just, like, childhood trauma, like, on your podcast? Like, they're just like, I haven't played this since I was a kid, and then, like, I've repressed all these memories or something like that?
Not yet. I'm going to have Janet McNamara on, and she's like, I suck at video games. I'm like, that's going to be probably the best thing ever, though, because you're going to freak out, and it's going to be the most hilarious thing ever, and I love that.
Well, Janet's funny.
She's going to get
what.
so mad, and I'm going to laugh so hard, and I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that one out, yeah.
But what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Let's see, just life and, you know, heading over to the gas after this. Been doing the Winter Hill show over in Somerville.
Oh, yeah, you just took that over from Dan Crone,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Is this the second one or the first one?
This is the first one since I officially took it over, I guess. And, yeah, we had a very good turnout the other night. You know, I think it can be a complicated room sometimes because it's a long, narrow room. So, you know, getting the room warmed up it can be tricky. But, yeah, absolutely. But, you know, that's how you get better hosting tough rooms, I think is beneficial. But, yeah, you know, a long, narrow room sometimes, like, it's just hard to get people's attention. So,
dude, I did a room in Fitchburg, and it was like you were doing comedy in a hallway, and it was the biggest nightmare ever. And it was like 0 degrees. It was like tonight. It was like 0 degrees, and there's some dude in shorts and a Hawaiian shirt being like, "Oh, you guys suck," and I'm like, I'm never coming back to Fitchburg.
Yeah, I've been on stage before at a place so poorly heated. I got like a runny nose on stage, and like it probably looked like I'd been doing blow in the bathroom. I'm just like wiping my nose like this, but it was like December. They hadn't turned the heat on. I'm like booting my own punchlines because I got the sniffles. So yeah, it happened. Yeah.
Was it Nick's like 7 years ago? Because on Thursday nights they used to just like they used to have like these things called like Firsty Thursdays.
Yeah,
and it was usually like. There's a group of 2 comedians.
Yeah.
They'd have 1 week every month.
Yeah.
And in the wintertime, it was just always brutal because, like, you'd just be like, all right, we're not going to turn the heat on, but, like, we don't have a show.
Right.
And then, like, you'd go take a piss, and then you'd stick your hands under the faucet and be like, oh, no hot water either? This is great. This is awesome.
It wasn't Nick's, but, yeah, actually, it's a non-existent room now. Yeah, it was a Worcester room that got shut down or whatever. But,
was it the strip club?
No, I don't think I've ever done a show at a strip club, actually. Someone told me, they had done a show at a strip club once. I mean, there weren't strippers there. It just happened to be in a strip club. So, it was like in Lawrence or something like that. I don't really know much beyond that. But that probably wouldn't be a great room for a show anyways. I mean, those are pretty big rooms. And,
yeah. And no one wants to sit anywhere near the stage because they're like, well, fuck that. Like, they're going to say something to me.
Sure.
Which is not necessarily true, which can be true. If they don't, one of my favorite things that you've ever done was at the gallery show.
Yeah.
Was there was some dude there, and he fucking just opened his mouth. And like it wasn't the most like aggressive thing that he said, but it was like he kind of had a little bit of stink on it.
Yeah.
And maybe it was because like I didn't like him from the beginning.
Yeah.
And you were just kind of like so rude to him, and like I remember fucking Ryan Cheney was like, "Oh, here Chris goes." I'm like, I back this 100%.
Yeah, I think I remember this, and I think if it's the same guy we're talking about, he actually came up at. Well, I was pissed because he brought his own booze, which really annoyed me. For clarification, my show we donate like money from the beer sales to like a charity, and he had brought his own, which annoyed the hell out of me.
What was worse about that was the reason why I didn't like him was like. A girl I was seeing at the time, we were walking down the street.
Yep.
So we were like, oh, we're going to go. She's like, I'm going to go to the ATM and grab money so I can, like, donate stuff to charity.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna come with you guys." And
yeah,
I was like,
I do remember.
And I was like, "Fuck this guy!"
I remember when you guys came in, and he was so close to you guys. The body language was like, "Oh, this is one of Ryan's buddies," and I was like, "Oh, that your buddy?" And you were like, and you gave me this look like, "Fuck no." Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and then he came up after me, and he was like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean any disrespect," and so forth. But and he came to that show by himself. It turned out, which
I mean, it was nice for him to come, but he asked something, and there was a little stink on it, but then you're just like, what? And he's like, I'm asking about the charity. It's kind of important that you talk about the charity. And it's like, whoa, dude, why don't you drop that attitude?
Yeah,
it's like,
but sometimes I suppose I've been told I'll come off a little gruff if someone interrupts the show. Probably something I should take a deep breath on.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because I'm a comedian and I just sit back and I'm just like,
right.
We'll just see how this plays out.
Sure. I think there's a camaraderie too that, you and I probably look, like more like we'd spend our time like skateboarding or in a band or something like that, more than,
But it's funny because I think our comedy is a little bit like, there's a lot of, there is like a bit of a Venn diagram, but I think it's a lot more different than we give ourselves credit.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true, and I think when I first started, because the first mic I would just hit regularly was Mideast Corn, rest in peace, and literally I was, one of, the few guys there that didn't have a full beard and glasses and, a flannel and so forth, and then once I started kind of branching out and like checking out other rooms, I was like, oh, this is, way more eclectic than I had thought at first.
Oh, Mideast Corn.
Yeah, did you go to the final one?
No.
I was unable to.
I mean, define the final one. I was the last one I went to, and that was the final one.
Yeah, sure.
Which was years ago.
Yeah.
I'm going to get us started, and we'll just keep talking.
Absolutely.
We went with Double Dribble, because Chris says, you said you didn't really play, you haven't played an 8-bit system in forever?
So, yeah, I'm probably, the last thing I was into, probably the last thing I played with any sort of attention was like Dreamcast.
Okay, that's a hot one though. I got that one.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Probably NBA 2K for Dreamcast. That was probably the last video game.
I hear those games are trash though because they're all ads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember. I haven't played it in so long. But yeah, before that, I was always a Nintendo guy. I was never part of any Sega or PlayStation. I felt like when I was a kid that people kind of had brand loyalty sometimes, like like a Genesis or a Super Nintendo or a 64 or a Sega Saturn or a PlayStation. I felt like people were loyal to their brand. Maybe that was just something I read too much into. I don't know.
Who do you want to be?
Oh, wow.
I think I have to shoot for you. I'll be Chicago unless you want to be Chicago.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, I forgot this isn't like NBA Jam where there's actually player names listed.
No. There's not even teams.
Right.
There's just, cities.
Yeah.
I mean, they're representative color-wise.
Sure. All right, so...
So the best part... Oh, I know how to run away from the ball.
Oh, it's me.
I think you're going the wrong way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm a little rusty here. There we go. All right.
I'm going to live with you. I haven't figured out any buttons yet. This is going to be a nightmare for me.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, I just tried to jam it. No dice, though. Can't wait for those. Oh, you got one.
Oh, wow. How about that? I am way better at this than I was as a child. I don't know. I had horrible hand-eye coordination as a kid, so, I never excelled at any of these. Like, I liked playing Tetris by myself. Like, I think my favorite video games were the ones of solitude,
Dude, I crushed it going out of bounds with this game.
Yeah.
I literally, I went to a video game store and I was like, they have NBA Jam? They're like, they do. They 100% do.
Yeah.
Because you were like, these are the games I played. And I was like, I got you.
So, Rob Green, your roommate and also Boston Comic, he has a really cool NBA Jam shirt. I don't know if you've ever seen him wear it, but yeah, it's pretty damn cool.
I think he might have... Dude, I haven't gotten the fucking thing in. I'm just going to bang out this 3 real quick. Yeah, that's wet. Yeah!
You getting all cocky. Talking shit. Alright, there we go.
I usually save my trash talk for NBA Jam.
Oh, yeah.
But
okay.
I figured,
Well, that one I really enjoyed. I thought, God, who was even my team back then? I mean, because the Celtics were awful.
Yeah,
it was awful. It was like, I think it was
want...
during the D. Brown era, so yeah, it wasn't like, exactly like them at their best. So I think I was like, God, I was probably the Pacers at the time or something like that.
I know the Magic is pretty jacked up in that game. They're pretty like.
Well, didn't you have to have a code to be Shaq though? Because it was that
Shaq
came out when Shaq was still on Orlando. So
yeah.
They had like Nick Anderson and Penny Hardaway. I feel like
they did, but they had good stats.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I just stole the ball.
And then you could be the Beastie Boys, right? If
yeah,
you had the right code.
That's tournament edition now.
Right. Okay.
There's a huge difference.
All right, what we got? Ah, come on. Oh, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah, the out of bounds in this game is trash. I only say that because I've been burned by it like 6 times. I better not have stopped over the line. I did.
Yeah.
That should have been my.
All right, here we go.
Getting some good rhythm here.
Yeah.
I used to love this game, and it's kind of trash, for being honest.
Yeah. Yikes. Oh, end of the first. All right. And they call it periods here. It's like it's not hockey.
Oh yeah, that is kind of weird.
I don't think I ever noticed that as a kid.
This is like the most basic game layout. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love when you get stuffed by the rim.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dong! That's my shit. I'm like, not. I mean, I'm just banging threes, but like, this is not. Ooh, this is my time.
Damn it.
From the top.
Oh, come on. God damn it.
That's a tough one.
So how about you? What's new with you?
Not a whole lot. Just kind of like getting up somewhat a lot. Doing this. This was like a goddamn nightmare to get together. But I'm glad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's something new to try.
Yeah.
I mean, I spent way too much money doing it, but like whatever.
Oh okay.
You lose your mind, you spend a lot of money. Some people have different kind of vices. Mine are just spend all your money on ridiculous things.
Oh no, I'm well acquainted with that. I mean, how many Judas Priest T-shirts does a grown man need? So yeah, we all have our bizarre vices and hobbies. Yeah. I mean, who the hell actually really needs to buy vinyl still? And I'm like, apparently I do. I need every Sabbath record still on vinyl. And,
What's your hot Sabbath song?
My favorite Sabbath song?
Yeah.
Oh God. Probably something off Master Reality or Volume 4. So Master Reality, Children of the Grave, such a banger. I mean, that riff is heavy even by today's standards, and it's from '71. And then Volume 4, I love Supernaut.
Is that the one that's like or no?
No, that's Symptom of the Universe.
Yes, that's
off of Sabotage.
Okay.
Also a favorite of Andrew Durso's.
Track.
Yeah, Sabotage is a great record. That might be their last great record with Ozzy, actually.
Do you listen to like the Dio records?
Oh, yeah, I saw them with Dio actually before he passed.
How was that? Sad or good?
It was great. I love obviously Ozzy Sabbath more than Dio Sabbath, but Dio sounded great until he died. I mean, Ozzy hasn't sounded great live in many moons.
It's kind of sad, and like when you see it and you find out how old he is, you're like, that's it.
I equate going to Sabbath with, if I was religious, going to Mass or something. Like, I'm just going to kind of, pay my respects and worship at the altar, you go to Sabbath, Tony Iommi still sounds great on guitar, but, yeah, Ozzy's, voice is just trash. It's unfortunate.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, not just Dio, that's, sounding great. Rob Halford still sounds great. If you see Judas Priest.
You ever seen with the Ripper?
No, I couldn't do it. And then I saw Rockstar, which they did not give permission to even do. I mean, I guess they, it was a legal loophole because they never used any real names. But that movie is based on Judas Priest. I mean,
it's funny because I didn't know that for a while, and then when someone said it, I was like, yeah, that makes all of the sense.
Yeah, I mean, when their singer comes out and everything like that, it's like, okay, yeah, yeah. So yeah, it all made sense after that. No, Ripper had a great voice, and I think he went on to some other cool stuff, but, there's only one Rob Halford. Yeah, and then Iron Maiden had that other guy for a few years with that Bruce Dickinson, too. And
well, who was the first singer that sang on, the one that's...
Paul Di'Anno.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
those are way more punk-sounding records.
That's is that Killers?
Yeah, Killers and the self-titled
Okay.
record. Yeah, which are great records too. But yeah, Apples and Oranges definitely. Way more punk sounding.
I don't know, like, I feel like when it comes to like Judas Priest and like Iron Maiden, like I'm kind of like, and I'd say, you know, I'll say Motorhead too. Like Motorhead, I definitely like. I like the most like I like a Poser record, but not like the super Poser record. Like my favorite record's Overkill.
Okay,
so it's kind of like
great record.
Yeah.
See, yeah, people don't realize you go to see. I mean, obviously Lemmy's passed, but you know, if you would go to see Motorhead live, Overkill might be the final encore, not Ace of Spades. You know, that was a banger for them.
Yeah. I mean, every song in that's so fucking good.
Oh, sure.
But I feel like that is like the like. For someone that doesn't listen to Motorhead, they're gonna be like, I like Ace of Spades or whatever.
Well, Ace of Spades has the record has so many great songs on it. You know, Chase Is Better Than the Catch, Road Crew. You know, there's lots of good songs on there. Not just the title track, obviously, which everyone knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember I saw someone wearing a Motorhead shirt once, and they were clearly, you know, just they got it at Newbury Comics and didn't really know much, and which still annoys me, no end, obviously. And they were like, well, I love Ace of Spades. I was like, you know, my grandma knows Ace of Spades. Come on. Like, you know, like, give me a fucking break. It's been in a cell phone commercial. Like, that's not right.
I remember, speaking of Newbury Comics and Motorhead.
Yep.
So, at the Natick Newbury Comics.
Sure, I remember it well.
I remember there used to be this girl that had, like, Betty Bangs that was, like, the hottest girl I had ever seen at the time. This is probably like 2001. And I'm wearing a Motorhead shirt.
Yep.
And she's wearing a Motorhead shirt. And I'm like, I think this is my end. This is my end. Right. This is, I'm like, I don't talk to girls, but I'm like, it was one of those things where it's like, you ever just see someone where you're like, I'm stupid not to. Like, it's just like, it's like, I feel like I'm just so into this girl that, like, I'm going to regret this if I don't.
Yeah.
And so, every time I go to walk up to her to, like, say what's up, such customer comes up to her and I'm just like, after like 5 customers come up to her and like harass her, I'm just like, you know what? At this point, like, I'm pretty sure those last 2 dudes were just straight hitting on her, so like, fuck this. Like, I'm not doing this, so then I just left. And then like a week later, I came back in just to like buy something else.
Yep.
And I forget what record I was buying, but she was like, oh, I love this record.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm going to the show. We should go together. And I was like, no.
Like, you said no?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it was like I didn't earn it. Like it was like it was one of those self-sabotage moments.
Wow.
Where I was just like, what the fuck? Like I felt like because I tried so hard.
Yeah.
And like I was like, and then when it came down to it, it was just like, oh fuck this. Like I'm so over this, which is the dumbest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. What show was it? You don't remember?
I don't remember.
I'm actually a little surprised. I know we've talked music a fair amount of times. I thought you were more of a cut from Madball.
I am.
Agnostic front cloth. Yeah.
I am. Very much am.
Yeah.
But dude, I love Overkill. I mean, that record's just heavy as fuck.
Oh, it really is.
Like that song, the way it starts, I just like, it's just so fucking good. Like it's
pedals and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, everyone kind of, so many thrash guys, you know, owe their ass to those records. You know, I mean, that's where it all comes from.
But yeah, like you can ask any of my friends, and they'll be like, "We think you like New York hardcore," and I'm like, I love it. I love. New York
I could never get into that. I mean, I think maybe a little agnostic front, but yeah, I was never like.
What about like Cro-Mags? Like.
Nah, that was never my thing. Yeah, I'm a metal guy pretty much. I mean, like I love obviously a lot of kind of forefathers of punk. You know, the Pistols, Damned, Clash, and so forth. You know, and others obviously along the years. But yeah, for the most part.
What are your opinions on combat rock?
Not very high.
Alright, good. I was yelling at my friend. She was just like, I was like, are you listening to fucking combat rock right now? And she's like, yeah, what's wrong with it? I'm like, I don't know, it sucks.
That's their fucking radio record.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously London Calling, and I love Sandinista.
I told her straight, I'm like, I'd rather listen to Black Market Clash than fucking...
Big rock. Audio Dynamite. The self-titled record is great. And yeah, London Calling, Sandinista. Sandinista is very underrated. Yeah, my favorite Clash songs on that. Somebody Got Murdered. That's my absolute favorite.
I'm trying to think what my favorite is. Like, I'm not the biggest Clash fan, but I do like, you know what I mean? Like London Calling and self-titled, I like listen to, and I just enjoy it, and I can put it
London
in.
Calling's a great front to back record.
Yeah.
I mean, Guns of Brixton's one of my that bass line is probably one of my favorite bass lines ever. And Lost in the Supermarket. Yeah,
that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But it's such a weird song,
and
I can't explain it.
Yeah.
Because it's so kind of weird and
I feel like that album cover too is kind of a Motorhead thing too. Like everyone has had a London Calling poster or something like that, but it's like, all right, do you know the nuts and bolts of this album? You just like it because the guy smashing his guitar.
I mean, it is a great.
It's one of the best album covers ever. A lot of people don't realize also it's Paul Simon on, not Joe Strummer. On the cover.
Really?
Yeah, you can't see his face, but yeah, it's not Joe Strummer on the cover. It's Paul Simon on.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
I had no idea.
Yeah, man. All right.
Dude, like I said, that's like I have weird bits of I'd have knowledge that would kind of you'd be like, it's like you throw darts at a dartboard where you're like, you should know this. It's like, wait, how do you know that but not know this? Because I didn't know that, and I'm like, I just know.
People
weird
have the
shit.
most random blind spots. I always fancied myself as a very well-rounded about music, in general, and I always thought I was very knowledgeable about music all across rock and pop, hip hop, punk, metal, and stuff like that. And then when Bowie passed, and everyone started talking about all these deep cuts, I was like, fuck, I am basic as shit on Bowie. I know the hits, and I had a huge Bowie blind spot, and I was like, wow, I've never. Yeah, it never occurred to me. I don't know. My folks weren't big on them. I guess some of my friends were, but not a lot. I don't know. It was weird.
I'm basic Bowie.
Yeah.
I'm a hits guy. I would say I don't like Bowie. I like the hits of Bowie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean Heroes, Suffragette City. Yeah, those were the ones I dug. But yeah, I mean I can't go into I can't dig in the crates. I really don't know. So weird how that happens. And then but then on the flip side, some comic was like, oh yeah, I've never, and they really knew their music, and they were like, yeah, I never got into Husker Du, and I had a brain hemorrhage. I was like, how dare you, and then I forgot how self-righteous I can get sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Husker Du fan.
Oh really? Oh,
yeah.
They were so amazing.
I like It's Not Funny.
Yeah, they just had so many great ones.
There's some other song that I really like, but I can't remember the fucking name of it.
Just so underrated, I thought.
I get super psyched on some of their songs, but it's one of those things that it's just I'll hear it and I'll be like, what is this? And I'm like, oh, it's just gonna do. I'm like,
well, some of their stuff is so hard, and they had a wide spectrum of the things that they would do. They had lots of ballads, and then they had so many distorted type projects, and just. But I mean, just on pure singers' voices, Bob Mould is probably one of my top 10 all time. He's just, and still is. I saw him at the Paradise a few years ago. I just love people that can still have their chops and still are really worth the money for that ticket.
You're not going there just for the sake of paying your dues?
No, I think I have gone to bands before that, kind of a bucket list type thing.
Yeah.
I went and saw Motley Crue because I loved them as a kid, and Vince Neil sounds worse live than pretty much any live singer I've ever heard in my life.
I feel like
they have so many backup singers to he's up there gasping, and I was like, I need to go. I've been listening to Motley Crue since one of my babysitters had the cassettes, so a lifelong fan. So I was like, yeah, kind of, and they were there with Kiss, who I love, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I don't care. I've taken enough shit from people. You tell people you listen to Kiss still, and they're like,
I mean,
look
I
at
feel
you
like
you got a disease.
I feel like at this point, no one's allowed to talk shit about anyone's music selection, just because it's everyone's got skeletons in their closet. They're just
we've all got some weird shit in there.
What are some guilty pleasures that are just unmentionable? That you're just
what music?
Fuck, yeah.
Oh, God. I think before I got into comedy, I thought there was something weird about Morrissey, Smith, that kind of thing. Then also Morrissey came out and said some of the most important things I've ever heard in my life in the past couple of years too. So yeah. So maybe I am still a little disgusted that I've always been into their music.
But I don't think that's such a guilty pleasure. I don't think
no,
that's
you're right.
I don't think anyone would be that's embarrassing. You know
you're
what
right.
I mean? I think with your metal genre, even still though, a lot of metal dudes are super no, I like Morrissey.
Oh, you know what? All right, no, I I like the full rainbow of metal. I mean, like I liked the really trashy hair one. Like I dug Cinderella. like Dokken. Yeah, I dug that shit.
You did the at the show at I Hate What You Love. You did the Dokken song.
Dream Warriors. Yeah. Bill McMorrow and I did that. Yeah, because from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, the Dream Warriors. Yep.
Such a good fucking movie. That's the best Nightmare on Elm Street.
I love that. Lawrence Fishburne when he was still Larry Fishburne. Yeah. Yeah. So I like the hairest of hair metal, like too, like the stuff that Megadeth and Slayer would have said like these guys do not play the same brand of music.
But are you going like Poison? Are you going that?
I hated Poison.
Okay,
it's so
all right.
weird. I never liked Poison, but bands cut from that cloth, yeah, like Cinderella.
What about Warren?
No, it wasn't like Warren either. I just didn't like their songs. Like
I mean,
Cinderella had like some miserable like songs like that I really dug. Yeah.
What was the Cinderella song?
Well, Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone was their big one, but they had one called Nobody's Fool that was just about as big that like I'll still crank in my car.
Who's did Once Bitten Twice Shot?
Oh, Great White.
Okay.
Also known from the
Fire.
Yeah. So yeah. Yep, that's them. Actually, my mom frantically called because that was not far from where I went to college. It was in Western Rhode Island, and my mom just and my mom actually called me like the next morning or that night actually like you didn't go to a metal show in Westerly, Rhode Island, did you? And I was like, no. And then, I saw that on the news.
Was that Lupo's?
No, Lupo's was in Providence. That place was called The Station.
Okay, because in my brain, for the longest time, it was Lupo's. I was like,
yeah.
How would you have pyrotechnics?
I saw Guar at Lupo's.
Was that like
in a blizzard?
Was that like the best thing ever?
It was.
Because that is so small, and I can't even imagine
I
how.
actually went on a date there, and she... and I didn't have a car or license at the time, and she drove and was like, yeah, I'll stay sober, I'll be the designated driver, and I got shattered at it, and there was never another date after that, actually, so, yeah, I knew how to fuck that one up.
I mean, well, I've got the story of, because you had posted on Facebook, you were like, and this is what I posted for the promoting this was that we share the same favorite Michael Jackson song,
Dirty Diana,
which I think is hilarious.
Oh yeah, I
because like that's song. Where like that's a weird Venn diagram moment where you're like you meet on that and it's like big time.
Yeah, that song really even as a kid, I don't know, maybe it was the guitars or something. There was something. It had a real rock edge to it. It didn't feel like a pop song. It felt like a really heavy rock song. I loved what the song's about. It was very different. He kind of really strayed from his standard formula on that one.
The vocals are super strong.
They're so cool. Yeah, and I liked Bad as a record better than Thriller pretty much across the board. Actually, I think that's a very unpopular thing to say, but
what's your number two? My number two's super like way not even close to Dirty Diana.
Oh, for Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Probably Leave Me Alone.
Okay.
Yeah, I really dug that song.
I go Human Nature.
Really?
Yeah. That's a weird turn.
Yeah, Leave Me Alone had kind of a dark thing to it too. It was. Are we in our second game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I should not have picked New York.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's me or me. I mean, I don't know if stats were a thing in this game. If we're being totally honest.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because my playing style was just bang threes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the early Millennium Celtics style with Antoine Walker and Paul Pierce. So just give it to one of them and pop threes.
I think for me it might be just the Larry Bird 3-point competition.
Oh yeah.
He
goes into the locker room, he looks around and goes, I just want to see who's coming in second.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking best shit ever.
Yeah. That guy could talk some trash.
Dude, I say this a lot, but I'm like, eventually I'll make the shirt. It's like, I want to make that shirt, but Photoshop the middle finger up.
Yeah.
And have the shirt be called The Bird.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best.
Yeah.
But I just fucking love it. Didn't even take off his warm-up fucking jacket.
No, he did not. Yeah. That's a great one.
And still, I'm not sure if he intentionally bricked a couple of those because he needed that last one.
Yeah.
And he just chucked it up, didn't even look. I was like, yeah, that's in.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
That was a great. Did you watch that 4-part series, the Laker Celtic rivalry on ESPN? That was really amazing.
I don't think I saw it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because It's narrated by Ice Cube for all the Lakers stuff because he's such a Lakers fan, and then Donnie Wahlberg for all the Celtics stuff. I was just like, how stereotypical towny can this get? Like,
also, you couldn't get Mark Wahlberg.
No, I know that's pretty sad. Yeah.
You had to get fucking Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's like.
I mean, he knew his shit though. I mean, so I think they really did want to get people that were like legitimately like knowledgeable about that kind of stuff.
Did you, when you were a kid, did you like New Kids on the Block?
Nah, I was never into New Kids. No, I think, my folks got me initially into Stones, Beatles, shit like that. So some R&B too. They were really into Marvin Gaye.
Okay.
But yeah, by the time I was 10, I just wanted anything with a parental advisory sticker. And if that meant Public Enemy or Guns N' Roses, that's what I wanted.
You know what's funny?
And that's, where it started.
The reason I listen to and know Public Enemy is New Kids on the Block.
Really? How is that now?
I think it's the step-by-step music video.
Oh.
Donnie's wearing a Public Enemy shirt.
Is he?
Yeah.
So, how did I get into them? I think I had, I think my friend's older brother, and I saw Do the Right Thing, because my dad is a New Yorker, and I think he had an early fascination with Spike Lee's early stuff. And then hearing it, obviously, in, Do the Right Thing, that's literally, like, the only song they put Radio Raheem plays on his boombox. So I think that's how I got into Public Enemy. And then NWA and so forth.
Yeah, I got into NWA because of my parents' divorce.
Really?
Yep. That's because, so when I was a kid, when my parents were married, my dad would play he listened to Def Leppard and Guns N' Roses, but my mom would be like, "No, you're not listening to that." And fucking 4, you know what I mean?
Wasn't your mom a comic?
Yeah. That's when the marriage wasn't going so well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Didn't help her comedy though. You'd think it would.
Yeah.
Didn't do her any favors.
Yeah.
But so she was like, no. So I was live listening to New Kids on the Block.
Mm-hmm.
I had the Young MC Bust a Move. Kasingle.
Yeah.
And then I had Heavy D and the Boys, or just Heavy
Peaceful
D.
Journey?
Living Large.
Oh, okay.
And those are my first tapes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second they got divorced, my dad's like, you can listen to whatever. And then my mom was like, well, I can't lose the divorce.
Right.
So, for Christmas, I got, Straight Outta Compton.
Mm-hmm.
I got Tribe Called Quest.
Low End Theory?
No, Midnight Marauders.
Ooh, great album.
Yeah.
Great album. Love Tribe.
Super good.
Yeah.
Also a Daz Effects record.
Oh, Dead Serious or Straight Up Suicide?
Straight Up Suicide.
Because I still have the cassette. Yeah, that had Freak It on it. Yeah, they were doing the riggedy diggity thing before Bone Thugs. They were like the original guys to do that.
Yeah. Also, later on, she got me my first. I shouldn't say she got me into it. She bought me the record. I asked for it, but and it's a bad record when you think about it. But I loved it as a kid. And I still kind of have a soft spot on it just for nostalgia factors. Rollins Band, Wait.
I never got into Rollins solo. I was just into Black Flag. But
well, that's what stirred me into That's what made me into Black Flag, where it just
I never dug Liar. It was just kind of I don't know.
Liar's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But that record's not that terrible. Step Back was my jam.
Yeah.
I think mostly because it just started off with him going, "You're so fucking weak.
Yeah.
You disgust me."
Yeah.
And they just start screaming, "You step back!" I was like, "This is hard. This is hard as fuck."
Sure. Well, he just looked the part.
Dude, that. Yeah. And I don't give a shit. I legitimately love Damage. Black Flag.
Oh, the record?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's
a lot of people I don't like Rollins as a singer. I'm like, I do.
No,
he's very abrasive.
Damage was very good. It was very good for when I was I think I had it when I was damn. Which one's next?
Oh, you want to do Blades of Steel?
Sure. Yeah, when I was I had the Wasted Years, I think it was called on cassette. The one with TV Party and Six Pack.
Yeah.
Six Pack, that's still one of my favorite bass lines too. Yeah, it was great, and I was so wasted. It's like a 40-second song. Yeah.
You like the Descendants?
Never got too much.
Okay.
No.
Because that's one of those bands that's kind of like, It's a pop punk band for sure, but it kind of like everyone kind of has a soft spot for it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's kind of like it might have hit you, but like
I don't think I got too in depth on. Maybe that's one of those things I need to just like revisit or something. I felt like when I was a kid, I only had so much room for so many different bands to get into, and then I just became like such a creature of habit. Like you really have to twist my arm to get into new music now. Because like now I spend most of my time just trying to explore different comics and get more in depth in that world, and so yeah, I feel like I don't have a lot of room to get into like a lot of new bands.
Yeah, I'm actually doing a podcast on Saturday. You can pick your team.
Oh, sure.
I'm doing a podcast on Saturday. Actually, Nick Ortolani and Katie McCarthy suggested me for this podcast.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like it's a podcast where they listen to a band's Latter Day record that's infamously terrible.
Oh, okay, got this.
And so
plenty of fun ways to go around that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, oh, I'll do this for sure. This sounds like a fun thing.
This is a comics podcast?
No. It's just these. I don't even know the people, but they're like, we think you'd have fun with it and think you'd probably be good at it. And so
like all genres, or is it,
yeah, it goes any genre. And it was funny because the first one I said, I was like, I want to do Dee Dee Ramone's rap record. And they're like, that's been done. And I'm like, that makes sense.
Dee Dee Ramone?
Yeah.
Oh god, funky for me. Oh god, funky for me. Funky. Oh god.
So bad.
Oof. So bad.
I'm a funky guy.
Oh, it's so bad. This is the same guy that wrote the lyrics to Poison Heart, and that's the shit he's spewing out of his mouth. Oh, did I score?
You did. I don't.
Oh, cool.
Good for you. I haven't figured out how to pass a sheet yet, but
yeah. All right, cool.
You killed it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Well, why don't I do this while I'm here? But you know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
I always
think. Pause it.
Yeah.
Cool.
In my head, I know they're different, but I always think of Dee Dee Ramone as CeCe DeVille from Poison.
Oh, just that voice, that gravelly voice.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. So I'm assuming you've seen End of the Century, that Ramones documentary.
I haven't actually.
No. Oh, no kidding.
Is it dope?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. So that's actually how I learned about Dee Dee's solo record when I first saw that. Because they show the video from it, and he's wearing the Gucci chains, and he's trying to. Yeah, it's you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Were you on the show that we did that video? It was with
Yes. Wait. Was I?
It was Sullivan and.
Yeah, I was, because I remember Sullivan being there and just yeah.
We did
Sullivan, who's primarily into show tunes and stuff like that. Yeah.
But he did the Metallica one video, and I was like, I found the edited down version.
Yeah.
And they cut out every plot point in the edited version, and we're just watching Metallica play.
So with the Johnny Got His Gun commentary or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And we're all just sitting there like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is kind of my fault.
Yeah.
I should have looked at this beforehand and said, pick another one because this is gonna be awful. I mean, it was great because, it's fucking Sullivan.
Yeah. Who actually, if you talk to I mean, obviously, it's well known how much he loves musicals and stuff like that. But he and I have had a lot of in-depth talks about Deftones and a lot of thrash and.
You a big Deftones guy?
Semi-big. They were one of those bands I was never into, and then one of my buddies had an extra ticket to one of their shows when, it was when House of Blues was still Avalon.
Oh,
all right. God, probably 15 years ago or something, and they put on such an amazing live show that I was like, I'll go get, I went and bought White Pony, and then I was just into that, but then my girlfriend, she loves them, so we'll listen to them together, so. Yeah, I was kind of a late bloomer on them, but yeah, I like them.
You know who's an enormous Deftones fan?
Oh.
Dana J. Vine.
DJB, no kidding.
Yeah. That took me by surprise. Kind of by surprise. Not really, because you never know, but it was kind of like, huh.
Yeah.
You're so positive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not that music's necessarily negative, but it's just I'm just like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a thing.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Oh,
oh yeah.
Yeah, my passing game is shots of shit.
I'm just kind of mashing buttons, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah. This is kind of a reflection of my love for hockey compared to my love for basketball. Actually, now that I think of it, I was always way more Celtics than Bruins. So Bruins were always kind of my number 4, I think.
Your number.
Actually,
4?
no. When I was a kid, they were my number 3 because the Pats were such a good. I don't know. I'm not even sure I care about any of it anymore.
You weren't a Flutie guy?
What, FBC? I'm too young for that, but no, I don't know. I didn't really. Yeah, like when I was a kid, I would just watch the Sox and the Celtics pretty much for the most part.
You know what's funny is I've never been the biggest sports fan, but like when I was young, you're product of your environment, and everyone loved. And I was from Southie, and everyone loved the Red Sox, and they talked about them. And I just remembered that there was like that hometown pride thing with like players too, and like I even had it too. But do you remember what the thing is when Canseco went to Oakland? Went to Oakland. What everyone said as soon as he was gone.
What?
Like, oh, fuck him. He was on steroids anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Did you remember hearing that as a kid, or was that like not a like...
No. So he came to us from Oakland, from the Texas Ranger, and then he went back to Oakland.
Okay.
Yeah, and if memory serves, not on the best of terms. I don't think anyone was surprised when that 60 Minutes came out, where he gave up McGuire and everyone, and that was cool about that All-Star game, seeing Pedro just strike all those guys out because they were all juiced up, and Pedro was like our size, and made it that much cooler.
Did you play sports?
I played a little JV baseball and got thrown off for smoking. Yeah, so that was the extent of it. But yeah, baseball aside, no, I never played anything.
Okay, this is actually good because I like to ask this question. It's my favorite thing to do is usually it's like it's a fight, it's a walkout song, but we'll go baseball. Pitching. What's your wild thing, Rick Vaughn walkout song?
Oh, walkout song?
Yeah.
Are we using the analogy like if I was going out on stage or what?
No. We'll say you're going out.
Say I'm having that out of the bullpen wild thing moment. Oh God. That's a good question. I don't know. Probably something Motorhead. It really got everyone's attention. Or well, that's why I loved Keith Folk when he pitched for the Red Sox. So he came out to Danzig. he came out to Mother.
All right. I guess that's probably like
at Fenway. That's pretty bad. Obviously, that's his, that's his big hit. But I mean, that's still pretty edgy at Fenway. Yeah.
My friend went to a Celtics game, and you're probably not too familiar because you're not a big Cro-Mags fan. But he said during warm-ups.
Yeah.
They played Death Camps by Cro-Mags.
Oh, that's wild.
And I was like, whoa, that is sick. Like,
definitely at a Bruins game before I've heard like Megadeth and Pantera. That's probably as crazy as it ever got. Because like even like the heavier bands, they weren't they weren't gonna play the deep cuts. Like anytime you hear Metallica, obviously they were gonna play like Enter Sandman or actually I've heard For Whom the Bell Tolls at the Garden before.
That's a good one. That's a good one to get you pumped up.
That whole record's amazing. Red, White, I love it.
I love fucking Woodstock '94, the live VHS, which I think I'm giving to like Brandon Valley. Yeah. In this box of VHS I have somewhere, but like it's just Jason Newsted, first one to shave his head. And he's just headbanging. I'm like, I kind of think you're cool with a shaved head. And
because he would do the circular kind of that kind of headbang. Yeah.
And like. But then everyone else kind of cut their hair. I was like, I'm kind of out of that though. Like, I was like, maybe it should have been just you.
I never had long hair.
Really?
Even as a kid. I don't know. For a redhead, it wasn't a great look.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah.
I had it in 7th grade.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm trying to cut it.
Yeah.
Because like I got a B in something.
Yeah, I mean, like, my old man was pretty conservative about that stuff. Like, I couldn't even do the stripes in my head or anything.
Yeah. I remember the most relatable song ever for me was by, do you know AFI?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Their first record.
I saw them.
Really?
Yeah. I saw them, who did I see them with? I can't remember, but I saw them open for someone.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Their first record is Answer That and Stay Fashionable, which is a sick record. They have a song called I Want a Mohawk, but my mom won't let me get one.
Yeah.
And I just remember being like that way as a 4-year-old. And my mom would be like, we're not giving you a Mohawk. And I'd be like, why?
Yeah. So, when I was a kid, I couldn't afford Manic Panic when I was in 8th grade.
You did Kool-Aid?
Yep. Oh, you got it.
You got the colored ears?
Yep. It dripped down my face. I went for blue, and I got sent home, and everyone was called me Smurf for the rest of the year. It dripped on my face. My mother, one of the few times my mother really lit into me. Because even when she was like at her maddest, usually it would be the "I'm very disappointed in you" kind of thing, which in hindsight hurt worse actually. But yeah, she just ripped into me like what the hell is wrong with you? All that shit. Yeah.
I remember when people were doing devil horns.
Mm-hmm.
I was sick and did a halo and bleached my hair. And my parents picked me up and they were like, "What the fuck did you do?" And I'm like, "Got a haircut."
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so dumb, but like, they weren't mad or anything. Like my parents really just didn't give a shit. Like,
oh really?
I mean, that was high school, and like they just, I think like, I don't know. Like I couldn't even explain it. I remember like I had the when I was, I think, I can't remember when the record came out. Probably like 11 years old. I had Onyx's "Back the Fuck Up."
Oh sure, yeah, with Throw Your Guns and Slam.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I remember.
And my stepmother just sees the tape, and like, you know, you obviously can't read it because it's just all like slammed together. And then she's like, "Back the oh."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Is this cool?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And so I was just like, at that point, I was like, "All right, whatever."
Yeah. He ended up being in a lot of cool like TV and movies.
Sticky Fingers?
I thought it was Afraid of a Star. Who was on The Wire?
Oh, I don't know. I know Sticky Fingers is Blade in the TV series.
Oh yeah. One of the guys in Onyx was on The Wire, and Omar testified against them. His name was Bird. I can't remember, but yeah, they kind of faded out. They had that record, and then they had they had a couple, but yeah, I don't think they made it past like the millennium or anything. Oh, here we go.
No. But like that record has a soft spot in my heart. I
Yeah.
love that record, and I found out that the reason why it's so like intense and they're just screaming is straight up they were on PCP when they recorded it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
For them.
Because that record's just like they're just like they're just
it's extremely angry. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a very intense. What else was big that year? That was around the same time Cypress Hill did like Black Sunday and the first House of Pain album and the first like '93.
That first House of Pain record.
Oh sure. Put on your shit kickers and
kick some shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I had the
What's up?
What's up, Rob? I had so I had a denim jacket and I had the House of Pain patch and
Fine Malt Lyrics.
Yeah, and I had a T-shirt and I had a 9 Inch Nails patch on.
That's hot. 9 Inch Nails is sick.
And it was when the Broken EP came out.
Oh,
like
so good.
So the one after Pretty Hate Machine.
Yeah.
And before Downward Spiral. So like around that. Yeah. So, God, I wish I had that jacket still though. Yeah. But then I also had an AC/DC patch on there. So yeah, it was. I went through a lot of. I was into a lot of different things back then. Yeah.
Pretty Hate Machine, so good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, 9 Inch Nails were probably maybe my favorite band that I never saw live. I still never saw.
They just recently played, and my friend got free tickets.
Yeah, they were at the Wang Theater. I was thinking about going, but they seemed pricey.
Yeah, my friend got it for free just because like one of his friends' band is part of like some touring, or like management company, and like they just like, yeah, you want to go? I got free tickets.
Yeah.
And it's like, I am so jealous of you right now. Like I'm raged.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, that is something that like, and also it's at the Wang, so it's like, you kind of just chill out and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? Oh, oh, look at this! I get to play.
What the hell?
I don't remember this part, but that was great. That was a thing. Contra.
What the hell?
Do we get to play Contra? Or is this just an advertisement? What an exciting game! Fantastic graphics, awesome music. We didn't hear it because I had the volume turned down, because otherwise it'd pick it up on this and it would like echo in the thing. But like this was the first game that had like that like there was actually talking in it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. It was just the intro. Where it was just Blurs of Steel. Shing!
Yeah. All right. Is this the third?
Yeah.
Okay. I should probably get going after this period, actually.
All right, that's fine.
All right. I mean, it would take a miracle for me to come back at this point. But
So yeah. All right. So you have? This was a huge record when I was a kid. Did you have the Beavis and Butthead Experience?
I don't think. Well, they had. Then there was Beavis and Butthead Do America. Right?
Yeah, that was.
So, which one had the Anthrax cover of "Looking Down the Barrel of a Gun"?
That was the Experience.
Oh, okay, yeah. So my friend had it, and I think he dubbed me a copy. But yeah, I do remember that Anthrax cover because I loved "Looking Down the Barrel of a Gun." It was such an awesome song. I still love Paul's Boutique to this day. Still one of my favorite albums. Son of a gun, son of a bitch, getting paid, getting rich. Yeah, I loved Anthrax as a kid too. Another great band I've never seen live, but I got into them because they were on Married with Children. I don't know if you remember that, but they were really funny too. That was like a really because they ate Katie Seagal's like food or whatever in the fridge and started like hallucinating. And it always stuck with me too because Scott Ian was wearing like a Stussy hat. So yeah, it was like it was a '90s thing like ever. Yeah. But yeah, I loved Anthrax. Still do. Yeah.
I think that's one of those bands where I'm like, I like the hits.
Oh really?
Where it's like, it's Cotton and Mosh.
Oh, that's a great one. Among the Living, I'm the Man, with the Sam Kinison sample.
Yeah, and what's the fucking other one that I'm like, Madhouse.
Madhouse is great.
Yeah.
Yep, Indians is great. Madhouse is definitely, it's a good one. Yeah, and obviously Bring the Noise with Public Enemy. That was so cool that they did that. Because, like, I felt like Aerosmith and Run DMC doing Love This Way was more of, like, a novelty thing, you know? Like, I don't think there was any, you know, like, it wasn't, like, Public Enemy and, you know, Anthrax, I think, really wanted to kind of bring two genres, like, together. I mean, obviously, look at all the horrible bands it spawned, but, you know.
How do you feel about the Judgment Night soundtrack?
Oh, I love it. I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of there. I mean, like...
Slayer and Ice-T?
I love it. War? I don't want your war. Oh, it's great. But actually, my favorite song on that is pretty mellow. Fallen with De La and Teenage Fan Club.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a really chill song. I always loved De La Soul. They were one of my favorites.
I always think House of Pain and Helmet.
Just another victim. Yeah, that was a good one. It's so funny, no one ever talks about the movie, because the movie was obviously no good. Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's Dennis Leary's, intense, crime drama, yeah.
I like how that's a big thing where, like, a lot of soundtracks are better than the movie.
Oh, sure, yeah, there's quite,
You know what's a good soundtrack? What about the Crow soundtrack? That's a pretty hot one.
Alright, what else was on that? STP,
My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult,
What else was it? I'm forgetting something I loved on that. I mean, I think everyone remembers Big Empty the most.
Yeah.
That was definitely the hit off of that. Yeah, I was never too fond of the movie. Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of the movie, but the soundtrack was killer.
Yeah, no, it was, Wayne's World had a good one.
What was the Wayne's World one? I remember it had Ballroom Blitz, obviously.
Ballroom Blitz. It had a Black Sabbath with Dio song on there. I can't remember specifically which one. I'm drawing a blank at the moment, but
it had that Alice Cooper song.
Yeah, Feed My Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I like. There's a lot of good '80s Alice Cooper songs too. I feel like everyone just usually talks about the '70s ones, but he had like Hey Stupid and obviously Poison I loved, but yeah, he had a lot of cool '80s shit too. I saw him too. Yeah, that was pretty cool. He's another guy that somehow seems to still have his shit together at that age, but he like golfs and shit now too. It's
really?
Sad. Yeah. But Wayne's World still cracks me up as a film too.
I love when a movie is still like holds up hard.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the ones that still holds up where I'm like, this is ahead of its time. It's Better Off Dead.
Yeah. I haven't seen it in so long.
Really?
I'd have to revisit it. Yeah.
And that has one of my favorite songs on it, which is E.G. Daily, One Way Love. It's you know the
that came out in what, 85, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But you know, like the dance, and where Ricky's doing like the weird dance and everything like that.
It's been so long, I really don't.
Oh, all right.
I really don't. Unfortunately.
But you know, like the heavyset neighbor with the glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'd essentially be starting from scratch. I used to watch because. I think the last time I saw it was probably with my mom, because my mom always liked John Cusack, so yeah.
Alright, well.
Yeah.
But it was a song sung by Dottie from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, alright, now that I do remember.
And also she does the voice of Tommy from Rugrats.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dottie from Pee-wee I definitely remember.
Yeah. All right, we'll wrap this up. But before we go, I know you. If anyone's watching right now and is near Great Scott and you want to get there within the next half hour, Chris will be on. Chris will be on that. What else you got coming up?
Shit. God, what's the first day? Next Winter Hill Brewery show, Beer Me, February 26th, Tuesday night. Cool.
Oh yeah. And I'll probably be at the Poorhouse Wednesday, and then I'm at the studio February 16th, both shows.
Nice.
But
those Saturdays at the studio with the double show are amazing.
A lot of fun.
So
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then I probably have something else in between there.
What a great promo, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be on it like on actually I got no one else on this weekend, but like I might just throw someone on last minute. But like I got Alan Richardson on.
Oh, cool.
Tuesday,
he would have been good to have with the two of us, actually. Just talk, music for ages, you know. Get him started on Ween and Frank Zappa, yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
See ya.